Uh, the audio just stopped working. Literally, as I said something, it stopped. Now try.
All right. Welcome
Still,
back.
yep, there you go. You're good. Sorry. You're good.
There we go. Welcome back, anyone and everyone who sees this. This is the good old C.O.N. Wild West campaign. Well, let's just jump into it. Last we left off, our party struggled and fought their way through a mind flayer hive with not simply an elder brain at the center of it, but an elder brain that had grafted itself to a dragon. After triumphing over such insurmountable odds, the party, after raiding what was left of this place's loot due to the dragon side of this elder brain, they find themselves in a large mine. Not exactly as large as the caverns of which they had entered before, but instead a little bit more claustrophobic, a little bit more orderly. Now, because I don't know what I would say about Silverback's kind of mindset within this like after getting out of here, but Silverback is met with just this long, actually well lit mine tunnel connected to the back of the Elderbrain chamber that you all had just fought within. How's Silverback feeling after all this, after this ordeal?
He is still on edge. He is gripping his rifle still, and he is keeping it at the ready if something comes up so that he can defend himself because he's still paranoid there might be a mind flare nearby.
All right. What about the tunnel? What's he gonna do about the tunnel?
We'll investigate it. We'll see. We'll make a check real quick because we've taken everything we've needed or found in this place, so there's not really anything left in that regards. So yeah, I'm gonna check out the tunnel.
All right. As I said before, it's a very well lit tunnel on either side. At least within 20 feet of each other are high powered lanterns. Some of them fire and oil based. Others seem to be running on a glowing crystal of some sort within the center of them. You see that these walls are marred and cracked and broken into. There's obviously been some work done. This wasn't just for tunneling. This was a full-on mining operation at one point due to the markings on the walls. You can see down the hallway. You can see all the way to the end of it, where it doesn't cross. It just takes a turn, and you don't see or hear anything else.
I'm gonna investigate one of those lanterns with the crystal in it. And I want to see if the crystal is hot, and if it isn't, I want to see if I can take it out and what would happen if I take it out of the lantern.
Okay. Upon touching the crystal, it's not burning hot. However, it is giving off enough heat that it feels as though you're holding something like a freshly baked piece of bread. It's that kind of hot, just enough where it's not comfortable to hold onto it for long.
Interesting. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, I'm gonna take one of these lanterns and wrap it in an old cloak because I still have like 3 or 4 cloaks in my bag.
Yeah, like the lantern itself is comfortable to carry. It
Oh, I
has a
mean,
wooden
I'm
handle.
wrapping it so it's not showing light.
All right. Well,
And
you
then
see that the ones with the crystals, they have hoods to close the light off themselves,
oh,
kind
then
of like a hooded lantern.
we'll just close the hood.
Yeah.
So I'll add a hood lantern to my inventory.
All right. And traveling down the tunnel.
Yes, with the rifle
All right.
ready again, but yes, I do have that.
Traveling down the tunnel, even after turning the corner, you don't see anything very special. However, the walls, they have a little bit of stuff here. You like after, and this is a little bit of walking in. This isn't an immediate notice. As you start following a couple different turns here and there, things like that. It's all very linear until you start finding that certain areas start opening up. They don't have other exits. However, they still have the linear moving forward exit. However, they start opening up into small caverns, still cleaned out, until you finally find one of these little bubbles of space outside of the tunnels. You walk out into another one of these smaller caverns. The walls are dotted with these blue glowing gems of all different kinds of shape and size, all these crystals. It almost looks as though they are growing from the rock as they hang from the ceiling as well. And you just see very well lit in the center of this cavern one Draugr just on their knees in the middle of this place, and you just hear the lightest sound of crying emanating from them.
Shit, I don't know anything about Draugrs. I'm gonna
The
have my
Draugrs, you
like.
know what Draugrs look
I know
like,
what they
right?
are. I don't know
Yeah.
any of the
Because
lore
these are
or
like
anything.
Draugr is what you've been dealing with this entire time. They were the slaves within the
Oh,
mind
they're
flayer.
the little dwarf
Yeah,
dudes. Never mind. Okay,
yes.
yeah, never mind. Sorry. I'm remembering. It's been a while. I forgot they
Yeah.
were called
No,
Draugrs.
this isn't a Nordic Draugr. Nordic Draugrs are interesting in their own right,
That's
but
what I
they're
was
not as
thinking of
sentient.
was the Nordic
Yeah.
ones. A God of War
This is
level.
this is a this is an Underdark dwarf. This is D&D Draugr.
Yes. Okay. Um, I'm going to. I'm going to have my rifle trained on him, but I'm going to clear my throat.
He stops and slowly kind of looks at you, and as he kind of turns around, you see that he is upon his chest instead of the rest of his shirt, like on his back. It's been ripped away, and all there is upon his chest is a metal cage holding multiple instances of these crystals directly to his bare skin. It's just, please, please, I couldn't work anymore. I couldn't work anymore, and they put me in the punishment vest.
I'm going to slowly approach. I want to roll an insight check to see if he's like. I kind of want to get an idea if he's going to attack me or not, or if he will
All
let
right.
me interact with him.
Okay. While you roll that insight check, I will tell you with your passive perception, you are able to see that his hands look as though multiple fingers are broken, most likely.
Okay. Uh, I did roll a 12, so it's not great, but.
All right. Whatever is happening with this guy, it's obvious because you can see that the flesh under these crystals are searing. Um, he's in genuine pain. You can't tell what he's doing other than just staying there because of just what's happening to him, and that's all you can really get. It's just this he's suffering.
It's like a kind of vest on him, right? Does it have
Yes.
locks?
Yes, it has padlocks upon certain hinges keeping it in place.
I'm going to lower my rifle and kind of move it to my side and pull out my lockpick. And as I'm spinning it between my fingers, I'm going to say, try anything, and I'll tear your throat out.
I am already dead, stranger. The masters come back. They kill anyone in the punishment vests.
If you're talking about the mind flayers, they're all dead.
What?
Me and my friends here took care of that. And I'm going to start attempting to unlock the locks.
Go ahead, slave hand roll.
Uh, 28 plus my proficiency with my tools, which would be a 38. Because I have mastery with my tools.
Good. It's all right. Cleaned out. You pop the locks. The metal bands that affix this vest to him, they all drop, taking the crystals with him. You see that the burning upon his chest, like it is not just blisters and burnt flesh. It's you can see muscle sinew under where the crystals directly were.
I could probably smell
Um,
it too.
yeah, no, this place stinks like cooked flesh. And when the bands are dropped, he just stays sitting on the floor. He's just a small laugh comes from him before he just lets himself fall onto the ground looking towards the ceiling and just thank you, stranger. Thank you.
It's the least I can do, especially after everything that I've been through. And I want to interact with one of those crystals. I want to see if it's scorching hot without like touching it.
These because these crystals they glow slightly brighter than the ones from uh the lanterns. When you hold your hand away from it, it feels as though you're holding your hand over like an oven.
Mm,
Like this is probably as bad as an open flame.
interesting. Now I'm debating here. How can I acquire these without burning myself? Hmm. You know what? I actually own a hooded lantern. I'm gonna try to. I'm going to pull my crowbar from my bag, and I'm gonna try to push these crystals into the lantern.
All right. Okay. I'll say mm, let's go for a we'll say it's a survival roll, just kind of to just this
That's a
kind of
7.
ingenuity.
That's a
That's
7.
7 for survival.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1. I have a +6.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to figure out. Um,
Let's hope that's the only nat 1 for tonight.
trying to like get these into your other hooded lantern, like you break the lantern. Like that's the only way you have the space to get these crystals in there.
Fuck.
And to get them in this because this isn't the one with the crystal in it.
No.
This is your own hooded lantern. To get when you get one of these in the lantern, you like watches like when you were knocking it across the floor a little bit to get it into the lantern, you watched as the light within it grew a little bit brighter as if it was being excited by this kinetic energy. And when it gets inside the lantern, it glows bright enough that it hurts to look at directly. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that it begins to melt the bottom of the hooded lantern's chassis.
I'm gonna see this and be like, yeah, this is a lost cause. And I'm gonna look back to the dude on the ground. Is he just laying there? Like, is he dying or is he just laying there?
He he doesn't look like he's dying, but he's not moving. He's awake, he's conscious, and he's just staring at the patterns of these glowing crystals on the ceiling, almost making the stars of the night sky.
I'm gonna ponder for a moment before looking to him and being like, you feeling like leaving this cave? Or you just want us to leave you here?
He points at the like doorway onto the other side. That that corridor, it opens to a different cavern. You go up to it, and there's stairwell up there. The stairwell will take you behind the door. I do not know where it opens, but I will find it on my own. I will go there on my own.
All right. Suit yourself. And I'm going to gesture for the others to follow, and I'm going to head that way.
Yeah. Following the path that the Draugr mentioned to you, going through the hallway once more, going into another cavern, you find this stairwell leading up fairly tall. It wraps around a couple of times. Following that stairwell, you find yourselves in front of a doorway with a padlock on the inside. It's set up like a deadlock. Said padlock is you have a +10 to sleight of hand with your proficiency. You'd beat that DC without rolling.
Oh,
So
I have a plus
it's a
10 to sleight of
given.
hand, plus 10 to my thieves' tools, so,
Yeah, it's a given. So opening up that door, you find yourselves back on the first floor of the Hive City.
Interesting. I'm just going to kind of glance back to the others for a moment and then proceed to lead the way back to that tavern that we had gone into.
Yeah, it's not that difficult to find it. Going back, like, place has a lot of foot traffic. No one really notices you. Going straight for the train?
Yeah, we're just going to go straight through. I'm opening the door. I'm
Yeah, just
also,
going straight
when I
through
would
the
have
door.
come out onto the street, I would have gone back to the human appearance that I'd been taking before.
All right. Going through the door. When you see the train, you actually see Kovac, Doc Holliday, and like two or three of what you can only assume are the bar goers sitting in front of the train, using the large lamp at the front of the train to be used during the night as the only light source within this place. As they all sit on barrels and pieces of scrap wood next to a crate, playing cards.
I'm going to come over in my still mostly bloodied state. Just be like, you guys look like you're having a great time.
Well, now, y'all look like you need some medical attention.
Please be gentle.
Oh, now there ain't no touch more gentle than me, gentlemen. Come on up to the back. After you tell Kovac just where we're heading, of course.
Back to Dirtbag.
All right, back to the hollow. I got you. It's just like Kovac puts down his hand in this card game, pushes his money to the center of the crate. It's just like, I fold, guys. Have some fun. He goes in and he hops into the engine, starts getting everything ready.
I'm just gonna not even acknowledge the other people. I'm just going straight into the train.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. After like about a couple of minutes, well, more like an hour or two of Kovac having to do some weird maneuvers on this little bit of track right outside where you guys have stopped to turn around the train and everything. You guys are on your way back to Dirtbags Hollow. As you travel, Doc Holliday does his normal doctoring, so to say,
Can't really
patching
call
up
it
wounds,
that.
patching up wounds, injecting people with mysterious fluids, banging colanders for some reason, something to do with a bone saw, but no one's missing any limbs, so it's not really that much of a problem. And after a couple of different long rests and multiple days of travel, you guys find yourselves back a couple of miles outside of Dirtbags Hollow.
Oh, yeah, it's been a couple of days. I'm probably sitting on top of the train again, like I'd done on the way there.
All right.
Just kind of taking in the view while I'm keeping watch.
All right. As you guys pull into the normal place where you can stop your train close by, Kovacs just kind of looks over at you guys, especially at you, Silverback, because you'd be the closest. It's just, this is kind of weird. My job with the with the conductors union, they're saying I'm running out of vacation days, so unless you guys are gonna start paying me a annual fee or something, I think this is gonna be our last ride, boys.
I'm gonna get down kind of acrobatically as he probably would, and just as I land, just be like, "Well, it's probably going to be one of my last days in this country."
Oh, well, well, it's been mighty fine to meet you, good sir.
It's been a pleasure
You,
riding with you, and I'm gonna shake his hand.
you ever need a conductor? Well, you know the name.
I could find you.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll I kind of like what Doc Holliday brings to the train, so I think I'll see if he wants to stick around. But you boys get into a lot of trouble, so when me and Doc were talking, he kept saying maybe Tyrone should stick around with you boys.
It'd probably be better that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, uh, good luck on whatever y'all are trying to get done. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to do some of my own work for now.
Yes. And good luck on your future as well.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe you'll end up running into a group of miscreants like us.
Hey, maybe. I mean, next job I'm taking, I'm supposed to be riding around that funny little Irishman we met a while ago and take him and a few of his boys out somewhere fun. So looks like I might get a good job ferrying people like you around.
I think we pay well, or at least I hope we do.
Oh yeah, me too. I hope they pay as well as you.
And on that note too, I'm going to pull uh, 500,000 from my bag, and I'm actually going to give it to him.
It's been a real pleasure knowing you, sir. I think before I help those boys out with Sean, unless you want him to stay with you, I could take Jacob to some of his friends, knowing that new train line.
I would like that. He
Uh,
deserves a future. Out of most of
yeah,
the people
I'll,
we've met, he's one of the ones who's most deserving.
all right, I'll set something up for that. I'll let him know you're thinking of him.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Now, yeah, see you in another life.
Yes. See you around. I'm just gonna kind of like turn and go to where the others are. We still have that little girl with us too. I just realized
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like she's like sticking close, but after a while, like you notice that she's kind of drifting away from the group until like you guys get to this to like the market square almost, and she just kind of tugs on your belt for a second, and just like,
Hmm?
uh yeah, mister, thanks for helping me out. Uncle Rathan gave me a Derringer, so I think I'll be okay. If I look for my dad now, his stall should be out here. So yeah,
I'm gonna kind of crouch down in front of her and just be like, "You sure you don't want us to help? We're not in any hurry."
it's okay. I met a lot of people who do your kind of work before, Mister, and I see the look in your eyes a lot. Yeah, I don't know what you got going on, but well, I ain't dumb enough to stop you. Is all. I ain't dumb enough to slow you down either. So my dad's supposed to be here anyway. This is where he always said he wanted to set something up. So yeah.
Just kind of give her a nod, pat on the head, and then kind of get up. Be like, "You stay safe, kid."
I think you need to stay a bit more safe, big guy.
And just give off a chuckle. Kind of, the like kind of half salute, like the bring two fingers to the forehead and kind of throw them out type deal.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
Like
gesture I'm making.
yeah, she almost starts to do that with this little two-shot Derringer Rathen gave her, and then she just like puts that down, immediately goes with the other hand.
I will find that very humorous. And then I'll turn and walk off. But after I get a certain distance away where I don't think she was really going to notice me, I'll kind of watch for a minute to see where she kind of ends up.
Yeah, she starts wandering through the market for a little bit, and then after like about 20 minutes, you see that this big burly guy with a a big like like trinkets cart. It seems like, oh, he's selling magic items, but they're probably just weird trinkets from a ways away. And you just watch as this guy throws himself over his own wares and just picks her up in the biggest bear hug he can give her.
Silverback is just probably going to smile, kind of probably feeling a bit of envy himself, and then turning and walking towards the oh god, what is the bar called? It's been
The
so long.
Arabella.
The Arabella. I knew it started with an A. I was just like, what is the name? Yes, I want to walk there.
All right. Going over the bar, you see like a lot of like normal bar patrons, like not the regulars, because all the regulars are from the Black Patch, but like a lot of just patrons like are leaving. They're just like streaming out the front door like something's happening. You don't hear any gunshots, there's no smoke or anything, but you do hear like the sound of maybe a bar fight.
Hold my eyes. Have my weapon at the ready, but it's not going to be like in my hand. And I'm
All
going to
right.
go through the front door, see what's going on.
Going through the front door, you see Jack Morningstar shirtless wrestling with a saber-toothed tiger.
I'm lowering. The weapon is no longer ready. I'm just going to kind of watch this from the door.
Yeah, no, he is full on like wrestling with a saber-tooth tiger, this creature that is not at all native anywhere near these lands. And then after like 2 minutes, he tosses this tiger onto the bar, just lets go of it, sits at the bar, and the tiger just slowly shrinks until it's not a tiger anymore. It is a German Shepherd puppy sitting on top of the bar, and Morningstar just pushes a doggy bowl up and fills it with whiskey in front of the puppy.
Wow. I thought I'd seen everything by now.
No, shit. What's up, boys?
It's been a while.
Yeah, you're not dead. That's actually pretty nice to see.
It sometimes doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, that's how it always is, man. I mean, that's basically being alive.
How are things going here?
Oh, pretty nice. Old friend came to visit, and he just pets the fucking head of this dog. It's just we got a quick round. We did some dealing with some gnolls a while ago. Ones that didn't want to kill us. And gave us a fair few. What's the word I'm looking for? Imports, so to say. Well, less that, more just fun little trinkets. So, yeah, kind of going all right.
Anything of interest?
Oh yeah, they're all reeking of magic. I don't like took my pick of what I wanted, and I just kind of leave it to I don't know sell or something.
Mind if I take a look?
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead. It's just like he kind of just nods to the bartender, and like, because the bartender, this is the first time the bartender has not been just stone faced during everything. Like during the knolls busting through the
He
walls,
was just behind the bar the whole time, wasn't he?
bartender the bartender did not give a fuck. This is the one time where he's not just straight face slinging drinks, because he fully takes a step around this like puppy sitting on the bar before pulling a crate out from under the bar and putting it out in front of you.
All right, I'm gonna dig through it and see what I can find.
Yeah, you just start digging through. It's a lot of jewelry. Like not everything is magical, but it's a lot of jewelry, necklaces, rings, things of that nature.
Stuff that I would have
And
stole as a kid.
yeah, you do find something you're looking for.
Hell yeah. My
Yeah, you find an interesting little amulet. It's something you've seen before because of probably one of the books you borrowed from some mages you've met.
and it would have been an item I'd
And
know about because of my time with certain individuals of my past.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome. I'm gonna pull that from the box and just kind of. It's gonna be clear that this is the exact thing I've been looking for. Like eyes wide, like if it was a cartoon, there would be like the pupils be dilating beyond what they should for a moment. But I'm gonna hold that in my hand for a moment, and then turn to Morningstar and be like, "Mind if I take this?"
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Give him a nod and fling it onto my neck, tuck it under my cloak. It's like, oh, your little shipment came in the perfect time for me.
Oh, well, ain't that nice?
Which you've done a lot for me, and I appreciate that. I have one more thing to ask of you before you may never have to see me again.
Hmm. Shit. Well, what's that then?
I need to get on a ship back home. I need to head east.
Ship back home. Now, what might you be doing if you need to get all the way across the sea?
I need to tie up a few loose ends. Things that I left unresolved, and that, after some thinking, have become a need to be looked at and sorted out.
All right. Okay. Hmm. Well, this is kind of weird. Because you see, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Like, first of all, yeah, I can get you over there. You know, in fact, I want to. It's just that want comes with a price of a kind, not a monetary one, which is why I'm so weird about talking about it. I like dealing in cash, but this isn't one of those situations.
Name your
Look,
price.
it's really difficult to explain. Basically, you know how some people of our caliber, you know, the ones who just walk around doing crazy shit and get paid for it, adventurer types. You
Mm-hmm.
know how we always get weirdly lucky?
Yes.
Well, sometimes we get lucky because there's something else around that just needs us to have a little bit extra kick in what we are, because maybe we're supposed to get something done, things like that, you know?
You're talking of fate, destiny.
Oh fuck fate. Fate ain't shit. There's no such thing as fate. There's only plans and schemes. All right? Don't get them confused, man. Because when you start getting bad enough that bigger things think you're useful, or maybe even those bigger things want you to be bad enough that you're useful, they make you a little bit extra lucky, is all. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're gonna head over there, there's something you're gonna have to do. And To be honest, I understand if you don't even know what the hell it is or what the hell you think talking about. It's just kind of like when an asshole tries to get something done. I'm usually the I'm usually the guy who has to fucking finish it up because they just don't know how to make a good plan. All right, so this is my heavy-handed way of just getting some business finished, so you don't have to like accidentally die or relive your entire life, or like everything around you blows up for no reason because somebody missed something, right? It's just basically if you're going over there, there's somebody you're gonna have to kill.
All right.
Good old Jasper.
The one who's pissed me off. The one who. And I'm going to hold up the sending stone. Gave us this.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's who, yeah. Well, from my weekly fucking card games with some unsavory individuals, I'm hearing Jasper's not exactly human. I mean, that wasn't to be surprised. But he's also the kind of non human that really hates the status quo. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of status quo either. I'm not a big fan of governments and all that shit. But the kind he hates is the kind that keeps the fabric of the universe intact.
I wonder if this has something to do with him snagging that elder brain dragon thing that we just killed.
He snagged an elder brain dragon.
Yes, that we killed moments before he showed up.
Huh. Well, that's concerning. Basically, from what I'm hearing, and it's kind of fucked up, but you weren't supposed to make it out of some kind of job with some other plane landers here. Some kid with shotgun was supposed to have been hidden behind the rocks. Our good old friend Rathan here was supposed to die to a lady dressed in yellow, some bounty hunter, scary gal. I'm trying to recruit her still. Our little axe wielding maniac right here with the horns. Well, he was supposed to find that axe, and he was supposed to be consumed by it and die. And our good old friend here, the little worshiper of one of my good friends. Yeah, the dice were not supposed to roll in your favor, bud. So obviously, whatever plan these assholes had, it was probably supposed to go a little bit smoother. Because I'm not usually the guy you plan to have do something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of, you can tell he's kind of like thinking to the Planeslanders, like those bastards planning to kill me.
I mean, like, a real story out here is you do work for some guys, and then, like, fucking some caravaner you were supposed to take out was hidden in a fucking rock and just fucking pop you in the back of the skull for no reason. It's just because that's just how it goes out here. I mean, you know how many times some, like, 5-year-old kid who watched their daddy die fucking pops a guy out here? It's fucking sad. It's, it's really not. It's really not how anyone's story should end.
It might have been easier that way, but well, we're still here, and I still got
Eh,
work to do.
eh. Basically, whoever that was, they died of fucking dysentery 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks before that, little when they were supposed to have a bullet with your name on it, at least. Uh,
I may know someone who might have caused that.
hmm, maybe not. I don't know who really did it, because I mean, my job weren't getting the story. My job was to tell you that you're supposed to kill a guy. I mean, these guys are fickle little assholes. Like, to be honest, if Jasper wasn't trying to do something absolutely psycho, I mean, I wouldn't be telling you guys anything because I mean, they can deal with their own shit usually, but I don't know.
The gods are in on if the gods are messing with luck and keeping us alive. Do you know if Lucius is one of them?
Lucius, that's the name he's going with.
It's the one he gave
He used to
me.
be he used to be Eat It. I guess that was a weird name, but oh, no wonder you wanted to change it. Eat It sounds fucking stupid. But no, well, yes. First of all, because it's a little card game, weekly card game. They only bring me in like once a month. Uh, they always got these funny little plans. You know, they always got this funny little shit. It usually got nothing to do with normal people, but sometimes it's just like we need someone who can do this. You know, and then like we don't want to use our normal toys because like, well, they don't. I don't fucking waste time with their lingo. They don't want to use their normals because well, if they die, shit really gets bad, you know? So they always try to just figure out who is gonna die anyway, so if they die later, they can always just try again with new people.
He offered me a deal not too long ago.
Oh yeah, Lucius, he's a nice guy. I mean, most of these plans, they're started by like death, maybe Father Time over there. Everyone else just along for the ride. Lucius, that is a fucking that's kind of a mouthful, ain't it? But no, well, they, I guess, I don't fucking know which one they are right now, but they're pretty nice people. I mean, they're the ones who are usually supposed to talk to the sorry saps who got to do work for them. I mean, I don't fucking know why. I don't fucking know why he didn't tell you all that shit.
I'm not entirely sure myself.
Eh, they barely pay attention at those fucking meetings anyway. Probably didn't even know what the work was supposed to be done. Just knew you boys had to be able to rock someone's shit. Look, just don't worry about it too much. It's just if you already know what you're supposed to do, you're not gonna get fucking blindsided by some piece of divine intervention sending you on the way to a fucking warpath. So just at least now you can set up for that shit, you know.
Well, good.
God,
I have a contact that I can, or not a contact, but I was referred to a person that I can, well, not quite a person, but someone who can help.
that's good for you. That's good for you. And like Morningstar just kind of leans back with like this, like a new bottle of whiskey in his hand. He just takes a shot, just rubs his temples, just like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. This shit feels like I'm a narrator in a bad fucking graphic novel. It's some bullshit. Look, a ship across the water. All right, I know some smugglers. They'll get you out to the Mariana opening. Mariana, it's a pretty safe place to make landfall. Everywhere else can get kind of dicey. Mariana, it's a good landfall spot, quaint town. Go in there. I know the bartender over there. Name's Alice. She's a pretty nice gal. She'll give you a room for the night on me. Um, then you boys can go wherever you need. Just remember the place is kind of surrounded in mountain ranges, so stick to the roads.
Of course.
Yeah. No, yeah, like you'll have to stay in the hold of that ship. It's pretty dangerous out at night on those waters. So going topside's a bad idea.
Well, I did it once before,
No, that's true. That's true.
but this time they'll know I'm there. At least someone will.
uh, but yeah, no, just I'd rather you know what you kind of got voluntold into, because these these guys' idea of divine intervention is somebody fucking dying before your eyes, so that you'll do whatever the hell you're supposed to do. So, yeah.
Well, it seems to have been the trend since we've robbed that bank.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that bank job. Some of the boys still talk about that after they heard the news. It's some cool shit. There's some cool shit.
Funds haven't run anywhere near to dry yet.
Oh yeah, that's what happens when you knock over the fucking military industrial complex.
But it has been a pleasure. And
All right.
you've done more for me than I could probably say in words.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Be honest, I was just kind of bored.
Well, if you're feeling generous when you're bored, I hope to catch you bored again if I see you again.
If, when, same difference.
I kind of give a shrug. But we should probably get on our way. Be best to leave as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. That ship, they won't be ready to leave for a couple of, I want to say couple of hours. They don't, But you get on there, you'll be on the water for about a week. You'll be on the other side. Just get on out.
All right.
It's called the, ship's called the Valkyrie. So, you know how to find it like that.
Sounds like a plan. Should we tell them anything? Just say you sent us, or
Yeah, just say I sent you.
all right. Kind of give him like a slight nod. Tip the hat I'm wearing a slight bit, and then head for the door.
He just kind of turns around, feeds the dog more whiskey, and just continues binge drinking.
All right. I do want to go to where that crazy chick's shop was again, and just kind of stand in front of it for a moment.
All right.
If it's the like if there's anything there, if it's still just the rubble that was there like 3 weeks before.
Yeah, going back, you see a building is there. You look for her place, and you see like where her store used to be is simply a blank wall.
Interesting. Kind of run my hand along it for a
You just
moment.
hear a whisper in the wind, just I helped you all I can, child.
He's gonna shudder slightly because she has always creeped him out. He's been fond of her, but she has creeped him out every time. And then he's will probably give the what are they called? The the two beefy wizards. Give them a visit
The
again.
buff
The buff
bros.
bros. I'll give them one more
Yeah.
visit.
It's just you both bros are in, and you just see them doing it's just arm wrestling. They both look over at you without breaking the go. It's just, brother, what you doing here, brother? How's it going, brother?
I came for one last visit before I head out.
Yeah, what you looking for, brother? What's going on?
Just curious of what you might have. You've surprised me before, and I'm looking to be surprised again.
All right. The big man wants to be surprised. I don't know if we have any, brother. Do we got anything for building some mass? It's like, It's just they're both still going at this arm wrestle while one of them just full dead braining as he just uhs. And it's like, I mean, I got a thing that was really good for recovery after a pretty bad workout. And it's like, and he just like reaches around the counter with his other hand still going for this arm wrestle and pulls out a pendant. It's like, I mean, this definitely helps out because like when you hurt yourself you hurt yourself a lot less working out with this thing right here.
How much? It could be useful.
Oh, I
If you
mean,
don't want to sell, I by all means don't. But I'm curious.
oh, I just don't know what a good price for this would be. I'm gonna say, brother, but we need that for our lifting competition, bro. It's like, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Like, we're both bros, man. We don't need a crutch for the lifting competition, bro. It's like,
While they're having this conversation, I'm
hell yeah,
taking the
bro.
immovable rod out and I'm going to position in the air to take a seat.
It's like, hell yeah, bro. It's just like, hell yeah. And just like, yeah, we'll give it to you for like 5,000. Yeah, good 5,000.
Sure, I'll do that.
Solid, bro. Almost as solid as my bro's pecs, bro. It's like almost as solid as your pecs, bro. It's like you fucking rock hard pecs, bro. Let's fucking do this. Fuck cardio, bro. Fuck cardio. And they give you a amulet of health.
That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure, and I had to make sure. All right, I'm gonna stick that in my bag. Oh, oh. Maybe I should have tuned this. Ooh, this is kind of it's a little spicy. Anyways, just kind of after giving them the money in pocket and be like, "Is there anything else, or shall we say, or
Yeah, bro. There's not much else here, bro. At least not nothing different from what you've seen before. So it's just still fucking going at this arm wrestling competition. Just like, yeah, it's about it, bro. For anything new, you know.
that's understandable. We have kind
Yeah,
of
business
picked you
kind of
dry."
slow here, brother. Yeah, business is always kind of slow here, brother. Everyone's buying, but no one's selling. You know? Yeah.
I can't get over these motherfuckers. They're funny and they're also super annoying at the same time. I don't know how I feel about them. Just kind of give them a nod, and it's like, well, every magical item helps in this place. So
All right, bro. Hey, before you go, always remember, never skip leg day, bro.
kind of chuckle, walk out the, kind of tip my hat again, and kind of walk out the door.
I'm proud of that, bro. He looks like he doesn't skip leg day, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
I feel like Silverback's got some mad legs, mainly because he runs everywhere. Uh, I'm heading to the boat now. Yeah, we're gonna head over to the boat or head over nearby and then just kind of watch it until it's time.
Yeah. I mean, the Valkyrie. You see the Valkyrie looks more like a pirate sloop than anything else. Like it's small, it's looks like it's fast. Actually getting on the ship, you see a lot of the inner walls have been busted down. Like this looks like a pirate ship.
Hmm.
But you see that most of it's just full of cargo.
Yeah.
And the captain, after hearing that Morningstar sent you guys, is just like, all right, man. Can't say that's too special. All right, get on up, I guess. And like after waiting a couple of hours, voyage begins.
I'm
Now,
going to make myself a nice cozy corner within this hole. And
yeah,
I am not moving from that spot the entire time unless I have to use the bathroom or eat something.
Yeah. Now there are some times during this voyage where you guys hear a fair amount of yelling and even gunshots from the decks. However, it usually ends very quickly, and it's never as though you feel the boat like get slammed by something.
Mhm.
However, like whenever the crew come down below decks, there's always the talk of having to scare away a sea monster, or dealing with firing out on some pirates or something like that every once in a while.
For a majority of that trip, I would have to say Silverback would be slowly nursing a bottle of whiskey and probably would be doodling maps with the inkwell pen that he got, or the fountain pen that
All
he
right.
got, because it doesn't run out of ink. So he can draw all the maps he wants because he's going to practice
And
his
with
cartography.
a week long voyage coming to an end, you guys make landfall. And in doing so, getting onto the deck of the ship, you guys are on the deck, are finally docked at a small harbor of what looks to be a fairly fortified town.
Okay. Would I recognize this town?
No, uh, Mariana is almost on the other side of the main civilized area of High Hall. Um, like compared to where you live, it's all the way on the other side of that.
Okay.
You've probably never been to here, especially if you didn't take an official voyage anywhere before.
No, I snuck onto a ship. That's what I did. I'm gonna, before I leave, turn to the captain and be like, where are we exactly?
Oh, we're in a little town called Bearville. It was named after one of its old one of its well its current uh mayor. She used to run the bar. She was and it's pretty hard to put bear slang into the name of a town, so I just call it Bearville.
Gotcha. And where am I from again? What's the name of the place I'm from?
You're just
Because
pulling out my
I
map.
never got
Quick.
that in my notes on like my hometown. I just know that I lived here.
Yeah, no, there's just trying to find there. Yeah, no, the guild that you grew up in would be set up in USET, which is it's kind of close to High Hall. However, it's very far away from Mariana.
All right, and I would know that. I okay. I just kind of thank him. I'll. Ooh, I just realized we have dollars. They take gold here, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna before I leave them, just be like, is by chance there anywhere that we can convert a bit of money?
Well, yeah, probably with the little town bank they have here. You could They set it up after more voyages started coming out here, but I don't think they'd have a lot of gold you could switch out with. Just a fair amount maybe.
All right, thank you. And I'm gonna offer. I'm going to offer him 1,000.
Oh, thank you very much, lad. That's real good.
It was a pleasant journey.
Of course, we always deal with our own problems. It's not it's not some passengers should be wasting their time dealing with and all that.
It's a nice change of pace.
Of course, of course.
I'm gonna bid him farewell. Kind of tip the hat again. It's just become the trend. And as I walk off the ship, I'm going to change my appearance from the Lupin form to the human appearance again.
Mhm.
Because I know that I am wanted around here, or at least in back home I'm wanted. I'm not entirely sure if it's around there specifically.
All right. So first place to go being
The tavern that Morningstar told us about.
all right. Going to that tavern, it's pretty well built, well developed place, and you see standing behind the bar a very large wall of a woman. A
That's definitely
you see like
Morningstar's friend.
yeah, you see like this lever action rifle is put on the mantelpiece behind her, like over the shelves of booze, and you just see her just pouring out stouts for these sailors all coming in from shore leave, things of that nature. And like no one really pays that much mind to you. There's not really any uh there's no real reason that you guys would bring much attention to yourselves.
And I would have had my rifle in my bag of holding, too. I would be hiding my rifles because they're not as common here, I don't think. Are they common here?
Yeah, I mean like you see like some of the people who look like they're not um
Would they been common back
from
home?
well, you mean like firearms?
Yeah. Like,
Well, you know that out here is a lot more uh they care a lot more for non-gunpowder weapons, as gunpowder's more difficult to find out here.
mhm.
However, the sailors came from the west. They're strapped. Like they have fucking revolvers. Almost every one of them has a revolver on their hip.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you see some of the locals that are, or maybe people traveling here to take a ship, they're like openly carrying swords, bows, crossbows, things of that nature. So it seems that like the carrying of weapons isn't that different from back on the other side of the pond.
Mhm. I'm making sure because he would have probably hid both of his rifles. He would have kept his pistols on his hips, and then he would probably would have put his rapier on his hip to blend in better.
Mhm.
Because he would know back home firearms are not as common, and he would have his crossbow probably back on his backpack again, like he used to
All
do.
right, all right.
He is wearing the shades though. He's not taking those off. The shades stay.
All right.
I guess I'll approach the very interesting woman behind the bar.
Yeah, just getting up to the bar. She just keeps pouring and just looks at you. All right, what do you be having?
We'll do a small whiskey, and I was sent here by a friend.
Oh, this one's got friends, yeah, boys. Well, it doesn't really help if I don't know what friend you're talking about, bud. She just
Morningstar.
pours you a shot. Morning Star. Now that's a name I like to hear. All right. Came to ask me about some. I mean, why else would you be dropping a name like that?
He told me that you could supply a place to stay for a night before we headed back uh, towards. Now let me remember the name. Towards Uset.
Hmm. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, it's not that hard. We got some extra rooms. Yeah, if you're only here for a night, that's not too hard. Just,
Cool. And
just normal rules. Don't cause trouble. Pay a bill for your food and drink, because, well, if it goes in your gut, it's not free. And that's it.
I have to ask as well. Where's the best place to try to exchange? And I'm gonna hold up like one of the dollars for gold.
You either talk to Billy in the back, or you go across the street to the pseudo bank we got.
I may try both because it may be a little difficult to get most of it converted.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, just Take one of them. Don't clean them out because we kind of need to run a business here.
I'll go to the bank.
All right.
Do you take dollars here, though? For the time being.
Yeah, I mean, look at all these sailors. Half of the money they're carrying's cash, and the other half's coin. So either way, I get paid.
Awesome. And how much for the drink?
In cash, that's gonna be $5.
And pull out 5 and hand it to her.
All right, good on you.
And I'm gonna sit there at the bar for a minute, kind of take back in this lifestyle, which isn't too much different, but there is differences. And then after probably like an hour or so, just like sitting in here and nursing this drink, he would head over to the bank and try to get money converted.
All right, heading over there. Um, how much gold are you trying to get your hands on?
As much as I can.
Okay.
Before I go in,
You
I would
are
change my
able.
appearance to look a little more fancy.
You're able to drop like 10,000 to get about 5,000 gold back.
Okay.
And that's the that's the maximum amount they'll give you because if they didn't have a like cap, then they wouldn't be able to exchange with anyone else who comes in.
Which is completely understandable. Uh, I'll thank them for their time, and I will head back over to the tavern where I would probably just do. What time of the day is it?
It's it's almost sundown right now.
Yeah, I'd probably be getting settled for the night. Probably making a route on like the best way to get home. Essentially,
All
would
right.
be what I'd be doing.
All right. When setting up a route for how to get from here all the way to USET, um it's going to be a couple days journey, which also includes going near High Hall, and that's not too special, but that is the capital city of this area.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be entering it to get to USET unless you wanted to stop there, so it's not that much of a problem.
I will say the next morning as well, I want to change my appearance, and I want to try to get more money from the bank.
Yeah, for 10,000 they'll give you another 5,000.
Yeah, I'll do that because that's pretty much going to set me up if I have 10,000 gold pieces. So that's pretty much what I was going for. Awesome. That makes it easy on me.
All right.
I'm doing math here. Doing what my minor let me do. Because now that it's now that gold is the currency. Oh, I still have that gold bar too, though. I can always exchange that at some point. But yeah, because it's gold here, I have to put my money in a different slot so that I can track it elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a hold of a cart because I think that's gonna be the best way to travel. And
Yep.
yeah, cart and any supplies we would need to make the journey.
All right. When looking around like in town to try to find access to a place like a cart, you just see like these guys like you start asking around, just like most carts around here are already rented out and purchased for places, but I mean, find someone willing to sell their cart and unload their stuff, that'll work. We got we keep the ranch is a town up north. That's a couple hour walk. There's a play. There's a like because Portson down south, they have some pretty interesting stuff. Ever since some tinkerers went over there, there's funny little artificers making mechanized stuff down there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for the tip. And I'm actually gonna look for someone who looks a little rough on the times, like that might be willing to give up their cart. Uh, Personally, though, I'd be looking for someone that looks to be having like travel supplies in their cart. Is kind of the goal.
Only a perception check.
Oh boy, I'm good at these. That's a 17. I rolled like shit. Holy fuck.
All right. You do see kind of out to the edge of town, closer to one of the entrance gates behind the defensive walls of this little place. Just this guy, he is sitting, leaning against the cart, leaning against like what you can only assume is his cart. He is holding just an empty bottle in one hand, a half-empty bottle in the other, and he looks either hungover or still drunk. It is very hard to tell, but he's not looking okay.
I am going to approach him and say, "Hey, friend. I'm looking for a cart and wondered if you would be willing to part with yours."
You need a cart? Oh, you need a cart. Okay. He just kind of like looks at the bottle. He squints really hard and looks into it, just like, all right, man. You know what? Just you know, if you need a cart, and I need gold, man.
I'm gonna hold up the diamond lump that I have in my inventory.
Holy He just kind of looks at it, one eye closed, the other eye like squinting, trying to stay as open as much as it can be. Just like, all right, uh, that's definitely enough for the cart. If you throw in an hour of your time to carry the stuff in the cart over to a certain ship.
Why not?
Ship's called the Revenge. The boys who were supposed to carry it over and help me do all that stuff bailed, and I don't have enough money to pay anyone else. So do that and give me the gem. You got the cart.
All right.
All right, go ahead and just roll a quick strength check.
No. Can it be athletics?
No,
Fuck. Oh, I got a
this is
19. I got a 19. I'm good.
yeah. This is just brute carrying shit around. Yeah, it takes you the allotted hour, as was stated, to carry all of these boxes. It's not all. This stuff isn't survival supplies. This is a lot of like these boxes. Most of them are literally full of rocks. However, said rocks are like things like coal, lumps of what could be like metallic elements like maybe magnesium or simply just iron and other things of that nature.
All right, yeah, do that and then give him the diamond lump. Just kind of tip my hat at him and be like, "Pleasure doing business with you."
Yeah, thank you very much. And he just kind of drags himself up so that he can stumble towards the tavern you guys had left.
I'm not even going to give him a second thought. We're gone.
All right. Yep, along with the cart, 2 horses to pull it.
I've been holding that diamond lump since I'm pretty sure just after the bank heist. I think I found it off of somebody.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Actually, it might have been all the way back in Rhodes.
Maybe.
I have a couple
Or you
items.
got it from the. Actually, didn't you just get it from the Dragon Horde?
No, it's my gold bar that I got. No, gold bar I got from the dome. No, maybe I did just get it. No,
Yeah.
anyways, it's gone. So I'm all good. I still have the paintings on me too, though, from the horde that we just acquired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's ride. I'm taking that quick path though, along the one path that I designate as the fastest.
All right. Taking that path, you circumnavigate multiple different cities and towns, not because you need to stay away from them, but just it's faster not to go through them.
While you're explaining, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom. I can still hear you, but keep your explaining. I'm going.
Actually, for a couple of days, it's actually necessary to completely get off main roads, as USET isn't actually on a main trade route. That's one of the reasons why a thieves guild is even set up there. It's just because it's out of the way enough, no one's checking it. And with that, especially with trying to save a lot of time and dodging out places, it's not the easiest of trips. As while you can survive off of the rations you guys have, it's not the best to have, and your sleeping schedule's fucked up because you guys got to keep switching out, as well as simply just you're sleeping in the back of a cart, even if it is a little bit more spacious because of the like five of you really, just including Tyrone.
Tyrone didn't take that much space.
Exactly. Tyrone's pretty small himself.
I also don't sleep, so we wouldn't really need to switch out that much.
Yeah, he could just drive. Yeah, he would drive the cart when I'm asleep.
Yeah, you're right about that too. And the only real thing to notice during this travel, because this is a couple years after the Hoster problem. Like, you left before Hoster even was a thing. You don't even know what that shit is, but you've just heard the name before of Hoster, and how like some guy named Hoster like took over the High Hall government for a couple of years there. Some psycho adventurers dealt with that. Things are not as dangerous as they used to be on the roads now.
So probably like weeks after I left, this started, and then weeks after or like months after I came back, it just recently ended.
Yeah,
I've been gone
like,
for about 3.5 years.
basically, because like you would have, because you would have heard some news about it on the other side. You would have even heard like yeah, no, like shit's bad. Like, humans are being like murdered and enslaved out here, bro. It's just like, damn. And like after a while, you just hear some news like, yeah, some psychopaths with shotguns and magical swords showed up and like killed the king. So
Caved in his sword.
yeah, things are a little bit less, like, the roads are nicer now. Government's kind of fucked up though.
No, I've never cared for the government, anyways.
Yeah.
Being a thief, they're kind of the enemy.
And after a little bit of travel, you finally make it to what's supposed to be a like you finally make it to what's supposed to be a small, quaint town of Uset. However, the town hall of Uset isn't actually a town hall. It's where you grew up. It's where you grew up with your family and their guild.
Yeah. I think as we get to the edge of town, so Rebecca probably stop the cart for a moment. Almost like having second thoughts of this whole plan of his. And kind of taking in the scene before pushing on forward. The goal? What should I do? What time of day is it when we get here?
It is it's probably around noon. So while looking at this town, you actually see there's a lot more like half ogres around, because this area has been like further south of High Hall has been known for a lot of like half breed civilians. This place was kind of known for your family's blood curse, more like, so anyone related to you was not fully a werewolf, but instead was this, yeah, just a very weird in between. But this place wasn't known for like any werewolf colony or anything like that. However, something must have changed after all this crazy Hauster stuff, because there's a fair few, like, you see like a very large blacksmith's guild on the edge of town as you begin to ride in. And it's, as you look over, you almost see it's almost completely populated by half ogres which are a fairly rare sight of the half-breed civilians within the reaches of High Hall.
This is strange. But I guess this is what I get for being gone for 3 years. And what I want to do, we're going to find a tavern. And a place to put the cart.
All right.
And then I want to, once I get everyone kind of in one place, like that they'll be staying, I assume Rathan's going to go drink in the tavern. And that's easy way to get rid of him for a bit.
Yeah, no, he is most definitely drinking at the time.
I'm trying to get rid of everyone else, and I am going to change my appearance. I want to be I want to change my appearance to look like a silver tabaxi, and I want to head over to the Crest Moon Estate.
All right.
And before I get there too, I want to write a note. And would it be fair to assume that me and the person I'm trying to contact, with our history, would have, I'm not going to say made like a secret language, but there's certain things that I can say that others won't understand, but she kind of gets. It's kind of like I taught her thieves' cant, but not quite.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So I want to put a message in this note that simply states that I'm coming by after dark.
Okay.
And I want to head to the estate.
Okay. So the thing about the estate is that where the estate once stood is where this town's town hall is now for some reason. I mean, like, the original town hall was where that like a half ogre's guild is now. So it's very odd, like almost just traveling towards this completely different building. However, it is still like marked upon the streets as a part of the Crest Moon Estate. It is still the Crest Moon Estate. However, front loading that statement, it is still considered the town hall.
I would like to, before I hit there, kind of stop someone on the street and just be like, do the Crest Moon still live here?
Oh yeah. The Crest Moon still live here. I mean, like the big the patriarch of that little family, he decided, I mean, whatever business he was doing, he decided to put it into the town after everything got basically broken down. So they just decided to make his place the town hall instead.
Good. Okay. It's been some time since I've been here, so things are a little different. You may understand.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're new around here, if you want to talk to the guy, he's a pretty open guy. He's always sitting at his fun little chair in there. I don't know. Some people joke that he never leaves, but he's a pretty nice guy. He seems like he likes to talk, listen to people. So yeah, if you're new here, you should say hi to him. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna stick around long anyway. You should definitely let yourself be known.
Yes, that was actually the plan. I have some word for him and his family from far away. So,
old friend.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. All right. Well, you have yourself a good time.
Yes, you as well. And I'm gonna head over there with probably more of a, not pep in my step, but a little more, not urgency either, more of a purpose. Let's put it that way. I don't look like I'm in a hurry, but at the same time, I'm moving quite swiftly.
All right.
And I'm gonna try to get in there, and I know before I would have been stopped, but I just kind of want to see, like, are there guards out front like there would have been before? No.
There's not even a gate, as this town hall is set up that directly from the street is the sidewalk, then the stairs, and then these large front doors.
Okay. I'm going to head through the front door, and I'm going to attempt to find. I guess I'll just find him. I'll find
Yeah.
Mr. Crestmoon.
Opening up the front doors of this place, you see it opens up towards kind of a large meeting hall. And walking in, there's a very large table in front, like in the center of this meeting hall. And at the end of the table is one elder, like just older wolf gentleman, fur on his face graying. He's like, he has his shoulders, his shoulders hunched, his elbows resting against the table. You see this dire expression on his face. And he looks up and just the demeanor changes. A small little smile comes up. He straightens his back up. It's just like, visitor. It's nice to always get any visitors.
I am here with word from across the sea for Sylvia Crestmoon. And I'm going to hold up the letter that I have. I have the letter that I need to deliver to her.
Sylvia. Oh, Crestmoon, of course. I'm sorry, I'm still not used to that name. You know, well, I guess she's not my wife anymore. A friend of mine, oh, you don't need the story.
Do
Oh,
I
and
recognize this man?
roll me a history check.
What is my history? Oh no. 14?
He's too happy to seem like it. He's too jovial in the way he speaks. But this man reminds you a little bit too much of your father.
There. I think I would be clenching my jaw a little bit, but not in a way that you can see. But it would be like that pain in my chest of like, is this him? And is this what he's become? Because in my mind, he would have in Silverback's mind, if this is what he is now, he has fallen so far from what he used to be.
This, no, you don't need a story. You said you had a letter. While you sit down, I'll get someone to take it to her.
Of course. And may I ask what your name is, sir? I haven't seen
Oh,
many
it's
of your kind.
Elsif. Elsif. Most people just call me Mr. Mitter because they always think I'm one of those. Because other way, they'll forget I'm one of those. They'll think I'm one of those Crestmoons. Yeah.
Inside, my world has broken. There's the sound of glass crashing within my brain, and I am frozen in place.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm real tired today, son. I think I had something weird to drink. And like he shifts in his chair, and you hear. For you, this would probably trigger Silverback because you hear the exact sound of the manacles clanking when he moves. Like the exact sound of the chain juddering as
Like-
someone kind of struggles against these things. Just looks like I looks like I dropped something there. Yeah, it looks like I dropped something there.
He's like completely tensed up, and he is fighting every ounce of his being right now.
So I mean, if you don't mind me asking, why might you be here other than that letter there? I mean, if you have any other reason, just
It's been a while since I've been to this town.
Oh, yeah. This is a nice town, ain't it? It's better than before. I'd hope. You've been here before all that crazy stuff.
A long time ago.
Long time ago. Yeah, I miss this place from a long time ago. Everything was just a little bit simpler, you know. Uh, yeah, it was nice a long time ago. Family was still around that long time ago. But you know, things change. People make choices. That's all. Other people gotta reap what some people sow.
He is fighting his own claws right now. He is standing there, like, trying not to clench his fist or flex his claws in any kind of way, but they are extending within his hand. And he is probably by this point almost like on the verge of visibly shaking.
Yeah, that letter. Let me get someone to get that for you. And he just kind of like reaches under the table and he brings out a bell. He just rings it. It's like, someone will be here for that soon. You don't have to worry.
Just gonna give him the slightest of nods. I still haven't moved from the spot in the room that I took.
Do you, where are you coming from with that letter, bud?
Overseas.
You see his ears kind of perk up a little bit. It's just like, I know someone from overseas. Hey, I bet he hates me, but, whatever he's doing out there, I hope he's okay.
I'm now visibly shaking.
You ain't here for my life story, so, let's just wonder where that guy is. He should be getting that. Should be here sooner or later. And that's why they gave me the bell. So I don't have to stand up. And you see Syl Mitter walk from a side door. Just like, did you ring the bell, dog? Just like, it's just like your father, just this pain in his eyes as he lowers his head. It's just like, yeah, this nice gentleman here is here to bring a letter to one of your family members, ma'am. It's like,
At the sight of her, his knees would buckle. And he is probably fighting back several different emotions right now.
it's like, all right, well, I'll take it. Thank you for bringing it. What's your name?
He's going to choke up. He's not going to be able to respond.
Well, okay. Syl Crest Moon. This is when you're supposed to speak.
He's going to stagger slightly before he's just going to rip off his hat. And he's going to drop the illusion. And now he will be on the verge of tears. And he's just going to drop the hat on the ground.
She just stares you directly in your eyes, and like a small tilt in her head comes in, and Elsif just like you just hear as these chains clatter as he like attempts to stand from his chair and then is pulled back to the ground from with this metallic sound ringing through the room and just well, Kai,
Mom.
you could have sent a message.
It wouldn't have made it before I made it here.
Well, this is complicated.
He's going to slowly pick back up the hat. And he's going to put it back on, and he's going to put back up the illusion. He's just going to say, no one else has to know. If the Crestmoons are still wanting me dead, no one else has to know.
That would be, that would be nice for you, now wouldn't it? The problem is, I mean, your father, he's already been dealt with. The Crestmoons don't need to worry about him taking over the guild again, but now a prodigal son shows child. You know I care about you, you do, but well,
He's taking a step back.
Nothing bad's gonna happen to you, okay? Why don't you sit down with your father? Why don't we do that instead? Right? We can all just talk like a family. It's just I can't have you going anywhere right now if you're here. It was so much simpler when you were out there and safe. Because this makes things very complicated.
I'm using the Ring of Invisibility, and I'm bolting out of there.
As you run, you just hear like almost just an angry grunt from your mother. It's just and then you're out of there.
He is going to run probably... He's probably going to get about midway to the tavern and collapse in an alleyway and probably just push against a wall and probably just break into tears as he is confused and hurt and everything else.
And as Silverback lets the pain of what he's witnessed wash over him alone in this alleyway, that's where we'll end this session.
Man, me in tears. This is a great place to end. Oh, my mother betrayed me. Fuck, I didn't foresee this day. She's supposed to be the one who understands. This is completely turned around from what I expected. What the fuck?
If anyone watching would like to see any of the previous episodes of this campaign, we have a wonderfully curated YouTube channel made by good old Tyler right here. You can also check this channel. We have multiple other stories, multiple other D&D campaigns, as well as other styles of campaigns within this channel, including a Blackwater campaign, well, a pirate campaign, a more high fantasy sword and sorcery Scale of Fate campaign that happens every other week compared to this Wild West campaign, and a couple extra smaller creative things here nor there, usually on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Hope to see y'all next time. And well, sometimes shit just ain't what it seems, especially not in good old Arcadia.